We shall continue with the exponential distribution. So the question is, the length of telephone conversation in a booth has been exponentially distributed and found on an average to be 5 minutes. Find the probability that a random call made from this booth ends for less than 5 minutes between 5 and 10 minutes. So it is said that the length of the telephone conversation in a booth, that means the duration of the call made by an individual, is exponentially distributed. So if I take that length of the telephone conversation or the duration of the telephone call as x, then x is exponentially distributed. X is an exponential random variable with the mean phi. Find the probability that a random call made from this booth ends for less than 5 minutes. Probability that duration of the call is less than 5. Probability that x is less than 5. Between 5 and 10 minutes. Probability that x is greater than 5, less than 10. So let x denote the duration of the telephone call, which is exponentially distributed. Given mean is 5, but mean of exponential distribution is 1 by alpha. So 1 by alpha will be equal to 5. Alpha is equal to 1 by 5. The probability, since x is exponentially distributed, the probability density function f of x is equal to alpha into e power minus alpha x for x greater than 0 and 0 otherwise. With alpha as 1, 5, f of x will be 1 by 5 into e power minus x by 5 for x greater than 0 and 0 otherwise. Probability that x will be less than 5. Duration of the call is below 5 minutes. Less than 5. So it will be upper limit will be 5. Integral from minus infinity to 5 f of x dx. F of x will be 1 by 5 into e power minus x by 5 for x positive. That means split this integral from minus infinity to 5 as minus infinity to 0 plus 0 to 5. So that from minus infinity to 0, f of x is 0. From 0 to 5, f of x is 1 by 5 into e power minus x by 5. First integral will be 0. Second integral, keep that 1 by 5 outside the integral sign, and integration of e power minus x by 5 is e power minus x by 5 divided by coefficient of x is minus 1 by 5. Difference at the upper limit 5, lower limit 0. So 1 by 5 cancels, minus outside the bracket, difference of e power minus x by 5 at the upper limit 5, lower limit 0. Minus of, put x as 5, e power minus 1, put x as 0, this becomes e power 0 is 1. Or it is minus e power minus 1 and plus 1. 1 minus e power minus 1, which on calculation gives 0.6321. Probability that x is greater than 5, less than 10. Probability that the duration of the call is between 5 and 10 minutes. Integral from 5 to 10 f of x dx, 5 to 10, x is positive, so f of x is 1 by 5 into e power minus x by 5. 1 by 5 into integration of e power minus x by 5 is e power minus x by 5 divided by coefficient of x is minus 1 by 5. Difference at the upper limit 10, lower limit 5. 1 by 5 cancels, minus outside the bracket, difference of e power minus x by 5 at 10 and 5. Minus of, put x as 10, we get e power minus 2, minus. Put x as 5, we get e power minus 1. So it is minus minus plus, plus e power minus 1 and minus e power minus 2, which will be 0.2325. Next question. The average daily turnout in a medical store is rupees 10,000 and the net profit is 8%. The average sale in a medical store is 10,000 and the net profit is 8%. If the turnout has an exponential distribution, find out the probability that a net profit will exceed rupees 3,000 each on 2 consecutive days. So if the turnout or sales is exponentially distributed, So let us denote X as the daily turnout in the medical store, which is exponentially distributed. Then the probability density function of X is f of X is alpha into e power minus alpha x for X positive 0 otherwise. Here the average sales or average turnout is 10,000. Mean is 10,000. But mean of the exponential distribution is 1 by alpha. So 1 by alpha is 10,000. Alpha is 1 by 10,000, 0.0001. Substituting alpha value, we get f of x as 0.0001 into e power minus 0.0001x for x positive 0 otherwise. Now it is asked that what is the probability that net profit will exceed rupees 3,000 for 2 consecutive days. First we will calculate what is the probability that net profit will exceed rupees 3,000 a day. Now if the profit is to be greater than 3,000, if the profit has to cross 3,000, what must be the sales? It is said net profit is 8%. So 8% is the net profit, means if the sales is 100, then profit will be 8. So if the profit is to be 3,000, then what should be the sales? 100 into 3,000 divided by 8, that must be the sales. 100 into 3,000 by 8 means it will be 37,500. Only when the sales or turnout is crosses 37,500, only when the sales is greater than 37,500, more than 37,500, profit will exceed rupees 3,000. So probability that profit exceeds 3,000 is the same as probability that daily turnout will be greater than 37,500. So P of profit greater than 3,000 is same as P of the sales X greater than 37,500, which is same as 1 minus P of complement of this. P of X less than or equal to 37,500. 1 minus probability that X will be less than or equal to 37,500 means upper limit is 37,500. Lower limit we take it as 0. We can start from minus infinity to 37,500, but X is here sales, which is usually assumed to start from 0. So no sales means X will be 0. If there are any sales, X will be positive. So 0 to 37,500 f of x dx. Even if we take minus infinity to 37,500 as per that formula, then you have to split this integral from minus infinity to 0 plus integral 0 to 37,500. In that integral from minus infinity to 0, where x is negative, f of x will be 0, so that integral will be 0. Remaining will be integral 0 to 37,500. Here f of x means 0.0001 into e power minus 0.0001 x. So integral of e power minus 0.0001 x means e power minus 0.0001 x divided by coefficient of x is minus 0.0001. Difference to be calculated at the upper and lower limit. Two negative sign means positive, 1 plus. That 0.0001 cancels, so it is difference of this bracket. Put x as a 37,500, e power minus 0.0001 into 37,500 means e power minus 3.75. Minus, put x as 0, e power 0 is 1. Plus 1 and minus 1 cancels, e power minus 3.75. calculation gives 0.0235. So it is probability that on a particular day, probability that profit exceeds 3000 is this. Therefore, the profit exceeds rupees 3000 for 2 consecutive days means multiply that probability twice, which gives 0.00055. If x is an exponential random variable with the mean phi, calculate probability that x is greater than 0 less than 1. Probability that x is greater than minus infinity less than 10. Probability that x is less than or equal to 0 or x is greater than or equal to 1. Since x is an exponential random variable, probability density function f of x will be alpha into e power minus alpha x for x positive 0 otherwise. It is said mean is a phi, but mean of the exponential distribution is 1 by alpha. So we get 1 by alpha as a phi or alpha as 1 by phi. Substitute that alpha, we get the probability density function f of x as 1 by phi into e power minus x by phi for x positive 0 otherwise. Now the probability that x is greater than 0 less than 1. Integral from 0 to 1 f of x dx. Substitute for f of x and keep 1 by phi outside the integral sign. Integration of e power minus x by phi, e power minus x by phi divided by minus 1 by phi, coefficient of x. Difference at the upper and lower limit, that 1 by phi cancels, minus remains. So minus of, in this bracket put x as 1 e power minus 1 by phi and minus, put x as 0, e power 0 is 1. So it will be plus 1 and minus e power minus 1 by phi, which on calculation gives 0.1813. Probability that x is greater than minus infinity less than 10. Integral from minus infinity to 10 f of x dx. Integral from minus infinity to 10, split it. Integral from minus infinity to 0 plus integral 0 to 10. From minus infinity to 0, f of x will be 0. First integral will be 0. In the second integral, in place of f of x, substitute 1 by phi into e power minus x by phi. So 1 by phi kept outside the integral sign. Integration of e power minus x by phi is e power minus x by phi divided by coefficient of x is minus 1 by phi. That 1 by phi cancels, minus sign remains outside the bracket. Difference of e power minus x by phi at 10 and 0. Put x as a 10, e power minus 10 by 5 means e power minus 2. Put x as 0, e power 0 is 1. So it will be inside the bracket e power minus 2 minus 1. Or it is same as 1 minus e power minus 2. Calculate, you get 0.8647. Probability that x will be less than or equal to 0 or x is greater than or equal to 1. Probability that x is less than or equal to 0 means upper limit 0, lower limit minus infinity. Integral from minus infinity to 0 f of x dx. Or means you have to add probability plus x is greater than or equal to 1. Probability that x is greater than or equal to 1 means lower limit is 1, upper limit plus infinity. 1 to infinity f of x dx. From minus infinity to 0 f of x is 0. First integral will be 0. For 1 to infinity f of x is 1 by phi into e power minus x by phi. 1 by phi kept outside the integral sign. Integral of e power minus x by phi, e power minus x by phi divided by coefficient of x means minus 1 by phi. Difference at the upper limit infinity, lower limit 1. 1 by phi cancels, minus sign remains outside the bracket. Put x as infinity, e power minus infinity is 0 minus. Put x as 1, e power minus 1 by phi. Minus minus will be plus, e power minus 1 by phi, which on calculation gives 0.8187. Thank you.